Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs happening right
now. Ladies and gentlemen, your first comic for the evening. You have seen on the Artie Lang Show, and his name is Jason Cantor, so...
Hey, everybody! Yeah. How you doing? All right, this should be fun, right? Maybe? I think you look like a good crowd, so this should be, yeah. There aren't that many old people here, which is good, I think. I fucking hate old people. All right, I don't hate old people. Like, all my grandparents died when I was younger, so I'm really uncomfortable around older people. Like, I don't know what to talk about. I live next to this old guy now, and we're both on the front porch. I want to make, like, pleasant conversation with this guy, be a good neighbor, but I have no idea what to say whatsoever. So I'm just, like, standing there, staring off into the distance, like, so... Heaven sounds like it's going to be cool. Probably got a bunch of pets waiting for you up there, and maybe get your real hips back. I didn't read the Bible. I'm not sure how it works. So everyone's going to be offended at some point during my set, too. So just get yours out of the way early and try to enjoy the rest of my time up here. That's why we started with old people, just in case they don't make it to the end of the show. I apologize if I swear too much for you guys, too. I grew up in a real liberal household. Everyone was really loose with the language. I was in middle school before I found out that mouthwash was called Listerine and not Fuck That Burns. That's my family background info. I've got life's goals. Well, they're more like anti-goals in my life. They're like, you know, never climb a mountain, don't get up before noon, no fucking kids. That's a big one in my life, I think. And I think that one's going to be achievable based on the number of vaginas that I've been seeing lately. So I would be a horrible dad. I've got what's called pedophobia, which according to dictionary.com is the fear or dislike of children, which way different than pedophilia. If that's what you were thinking when I said that word, that's way fucking different, okay? Pedophilia, according to dictionary.com, I'm not sure what it says on there. I was afraid to type the word pedophilia into my computer. I'm 36 and I've never been married, and I feel like the FBI's got to be tracking that shit at this point. I might as well be on Amazon.com looking up a pantsless Spider-Man costume. And then Googling directions to a petting zoo or something. And I don't mind other people's kids, whatever, like babies love me, especially like anytime I'm riding the trains in New York City, like babies just like stare at me and giggle. And I feel like babies look at me and see my blue eyes and bald head and just think that I'm a giant baby. I escaped, I put on a fake beard, maybe I broke away from my parents' leash or something. And usually I'm wearing a stuffed animal backpack, so it kind of makes sense for that reason. But then usually, like, both the baby's ADD and my ADD kicks in, and we just end up, like, scanning the train until we find some woman with huge tits. And then we just stare at her and fucking drool on ourselves. My sister's got kids. I visit her back in Ohio every once in a while. I don't enjoy my sister's company anymore. She's kind of a piece of shit, but we don't have time. We don't have time to get into that, but I do drink a ton, and she's got the 2 sons, and I feel like one of those guys is going to be my best odds for a liver transplant match. So they get whatever toys they want from Uncle Jason. I sound like I'm being a responsible uncle when I'm talking to my nephews about the evils of alcohol, but really I just want their livers to be in mint condition for when I need one. So. Last time I went to my sister's place, I brought a bottle of rum with me. I was like digging through her fridge trying to find a good mixer, but she had nothing. So I ended up drinking a Captain and Juicy Juice. This is fucking disgusting. And I lost most of the rum trying to get it into the juice box. It was just a puddle on the floor, and the dog was hammered. Has anyone here ever tried to do cocaine through a crazy straw before? I thought I was going to give myself a stroke trying to get around that third loop in the thing right there. It's like... Straight to the floor. Spooning the dog. And then the next day, my nephew's like, Uncle Jason, this chocolate milk is making my mouth numb. I'm like, let's get you something else to drink, okay? Uncle Jason's gonna finish that chocolate milk. 'Cause that shit's really expensive. I'm a half Jew by blood. You probably can't tell. I've got a very Aryan look to me, so... You couldn't tell that I was half Jewish unless you knew about my rampant Groupon usage. That's one clue. We didn't do that many Jewy things when I was growing up. Like, we celebrated Christmas and Hanukkah for a couple years, but it wasn't about the religious aspect. I was just a greedy kid, and I wanted 8 extra gifts. As soon as I had to start learning Hebrew, I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit. Let's just stick with that tree thing. Whatever that's called. So I don't know that much about my Jewish ancestors or roots, but I met this uncle. I never met him before, and he's telling me all this stuff about my great-grandfather. It's true. My great-grandfather ran a kosher in deli in Cleveland, and my great-grandfather actually lost siblings in the Holocaust. Okay? And I don't have a joke about it. But I do have a couple jokes about black people. So please, just keep in mind, my family's been through some shit too. It's cool. It's cool. My other great grandfather was black, so not African American, but he was a coal miner in the 1930s, and he was probably pretty racist, I would imagine. But all right. And in conclusion, I'm not racist, obviously. I live in Astoria, Queens. They say it's the most diverse city. They say it's the most diverse city in the world. This is a true story. I'm walking up my block a couple months ago, and I've got this Middle Eastern family that I live near, and they've got like a fenced-in front yard, and they've got a little boy, he's maybe 2 or 3 years old, in the corner, and he's got something in his hand, and no one's like watching him, and I pick it up. He throws it, and I pick it up, and it's like money. It's like $4 or $5 American dollars, just like all wadded up. So I'm a good guy. I'm going to return the money. So I try to get the mom's attention, but she's got like the full burqa on with the eye slit thing, and she like freaks out. Okay? And 3 dudes jump up and run over to the fence. And at this point, I'm like, I should have stolen the fucking money. I'm causing an international incident in my own neighborhood over $4 to $5 American dollars. It's great. So I'm like, hey, sir, my name is Jason. I'm your neighbor from right down the block. I'm really sorry to bother you. Your son here had this money, and I want to return this money to you. And he just stares at me. I was like, oh, shit, this guy doesn't speak much English. I'm like, hey, man, your little boy had this money, and I just want to return. Now he starts getting pissed, okay? He starts yelling, "Luh! Luh!" All 3 of them are yelling, "Luh!" Which I looked up later on. It means no in Arabic. They're screaming it at me. That would have been helpful to know, okay? But, like, now I'm getting pissed, too, because I've got shit that I want to do with the rest of my day. So I'm getting angry, and I'm just like, motherfucker, you dumb fucking kid. I just goddamn money. Just take your goddamn... This goes on for, like, 2 minutes, the most awkward situation in my life, before I realized these guys speak 0 English, like, not even 1 word, okay? So here's what they see from their perspective. They've got a strange, middle-aged man standing in their front yard and pointing to their youngest child and offering $4 to $5 American dollars for him. And he won't take no for an answer. All right, guys, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.